In the deep dive, we continue our team coverage of the D.C. primary election as votes are still being tallied in the district's first ranked choice voting election. City Councilmember Janeese Lewis George has taken a large lead in the votes counted so far, but her former council colleague Kenyan McDuffie says there are still more votes to count.
Our Washington, D.C. reporter Felicia Ashley starts off our coverage live in Northwest. Felicia, you were out there covering the watch party for Janeese Lewis George last night when the first round of votes came in. Has the gap between the candidates changed at all?
Well, I will say this. Last night, the moments after the first round of votes dropped, she started giving a victory speech. However, we do know that the road to actually be officially deemed the next mayor of Washington, D.C., that doesn't end until November. An electric Howard Theater as the first round of votes dropped on election night. Councilwoman Janeese Lewis George has a majority of the first choice rankings counted so far. She is more than 15,000 votes ahead of former Councilmember Kenyan McDuffie.
If there was ever any doubt, let it now be laid to rest. It is the people of D.C. who elect the mayor of D.C.
I spoke to Lewis George during her first interview moments after learning she has the lead for the primary seat.
People wanted to believe that you were somebody who was going to stand up, and at my last 5 years in the council, I have shown, my support and through action and through work. And so all of that culminated tonight, I think, in what we're seeing in the margins.
As Lewis George continues celebrating, her leading opponent, Kenyan McDuffie, appeared to hold out hope. Today, in a statement, he told supporters to be patient and he wants to see this through, and adding, quote, regardless of when the final numbers are posted, the coalition we built, the conversations we had, the vision we put forward for a safer, more just, more opportunity-rich Washington matters.
At the end of the day, we all love this city and we want to see this city succeed and we want to make sure our city is protected. So I hope that they understand that I am here to be a leader for all of them and all of us.
The other 5 candidates are far behind both Lewis George as well as Kenyan McDuffie. All of the 5 candidates, none of them got more than 5% of the first choice votes counted so far. Back to you.
And Felicia, who could Lewis George face off against in November if she maintains this lead?
That's a great question, because what we do know is that there was no primary winner for the Republican Party, for this mayoral race. What we also know is that when it comes to November, George could be up against a lot of independent candidates as well as write-ins, and there is also a lead candidate right now for the Green State Party. So she could have a number of people she'll be up against. As of now, she still right now is a front runner possibly for that role. But of course, we'll keep you updated on that. For now, reporting live from the D.C. Bureau, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
City Councilmember Robert White beat out a handful of contenders to win the D.C. delegate race. His fellow Councilmember Brooke Pinto appeared to be his top opponent on the campaign trail. So far, she's gotten less than a quarter of the vote. Pinto and other candidates have already called White to concede. Today, I also spoke with a George Washington University adjunct professor who has studied D.C. politics for decades. I asked him about the lessons Robert White should learn from Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton's long tenure.
If he can work his relationships with the Democratic leadership, and if Democrats take the House, he would have more power, the ability to vote in the committee of the whole as opposed to now. And I think that would help him out. Also, his committee assignments, which will matter. I assume he'll get on the Oversight Committee, which has oversight over the District of Columbia. It's the second committee that he gets on. Eleanor Holmes Norton got on the Transportation Committee, which was really important with regard to metro and highway funding. He needs to do that.